Astro Tarot video. I am shuffling the Game of Thrones Tarot that I used last month. There's so much going on this month, and it's your solar return, and you receive an eclipse, summer solstice. It's all about Cancer babies. And I'm very excited because even though we are under some limited conditions right now, there's still a reason to celebrate, and you have your life, so that's always a reason to celebrate. On the 5th of June, we have a full moon lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Sagittarius in your health sector, which is actually positive for release and getting rid of what has been ailing you. If you haven't been feeling well, I'm hoping everyone is healing as quickly as they can. There is a closure to either an annoying health condition, a chronic ailment, or a work situation. I want to say a work frustration, but it could also be a routine or a regimen in work that's eliminated. Some things are tedious and taken off your plate, or you don't have to deal with certain minutiae after the eclipse, and it could fall in the area of health and work. So we'll see how that applies for Cancers, but we do like a full moon in the health sector because that says you're aware of what the issue is and you're headed towards resolve. On the 18th of June, Mercury retrogrades at 14 degrees of Cancer in your first house through July 12th, back through 5 degrees of Cancer in the first house. So you receive this retrograde, which says the communication planet is slowing down in the sky. Think before speaking. This is a very nostalgic time for Cancer, and you could be reviewing, revising, and rewriting your life up until this point. This to me feels like not midlife crisis, but midlife analyzation. There's a full review for you. And if you haven't lived a full half life yet, I think that it feels like it's a redirectional time. Cancer has a higher calling, and it's about nurturing. It's about nurturing yourself and your family, but even others. And some Cancerians are taking on very spiritual tones right now. And if your work is not related to ease, helpfulness, spirituality, or comfort, if you're not resonating with what your job is, you might realign yourself into a career that is nurturing. And this retrograde affords the review. I already feel like Mercury's slowing down for me. I'm tongue-tied. On the 20th, the Sun enters Cancer in this sector, happy solar return, conjunct Mercury. So this is about watching what you say, saying less. This is not a time for contracts to be signed or travel. Limit your travel, obviously, while we're going through quarantine or COVID. But even in the earlier stages of reopening, I would limit risk-taking during the retrograde. And on June 21, we have our new moon solar eclipse at 0 degrees of Cancer. So it is all about your fresh goals forward from June 21 to December 21. This eclipse for you at the very first, the 0 degree mark of your sign is saying, clean slate for Cancer. What do you want to do, and when do you want to do it? Strategize, plans. This has a lot to do with your physical body. The first house of self and body is where you are eclipsed. You have more control than you are giving yourself credit for, is the message. And this just takes a verbal commitment from you. Perhaps it's diet, maybe it's detox, workout regimen, the commitment to your health and the betterment of your body and betterment of your health. All of this will be very personal for Cancer, but it's your private download that you receive on or around the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. On June 27th, Mars enters Aries, the sign he governs, so he's very comfortable here, and he only transits once every 2 years. Mars is in your career sector, adding energy, stamina, and determination to the 10th house of authority, control, and career. Mars is here from June 27th for the rest of 2020 through January 6th of 2021. You will have a forward progression to your higher calling, to your purpose in life. This is promotional energy, status change, leadership energy. You'll take on a leadership role over the course of the second half of 2020, Cancer. And you'll be driven to do so. There is nothing about this transit that suggests Cancerians are following anybody. You're either taking on a more independent role in your career or you're leading a team fearlessly. On June 30th, that is a day to circle, to not navigate too much about your marriage or relationship. Jupiter is conjunct Pluto at 24 degrees on June 30th in your marriage sector, which can expand some depression if there is a moody or depressed spouse. This exacerbates this. This is a day not to tread lightly. Don't bring up everything that needs to be discussed on June 30th. If you could, I would give space to partnerships on that day, business and personal. Cancer, here are your cards for the month. I'm excited to see what comes up. If you'd like a personal reading with me, I'm at audreyallison.com. I read all through the week, and I do have a few things to offer on my homepage. In addition to my readings, there is now the Summer Goddess 2020 Planner available for purchase. It's amazing and a plethora of data. And also the Season in Stone Summer Solstice bracelets you can take a look at all on my homepage. Thank you for choosing me for your private readings. Here are your cards, Cancer. 5 of Cups. There is some depression. This is the card of depression. And don't worry, who's to blame you for feeling down at a time that is unprecedented in our history? It's easy to spiral down because of our circumstances. Let's see what else is here. Page of Swords. This is a very strong communicator and an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The Page of Swords can rush in very quickly and stir up some energy. And the Knight of Spears is also here. This is the card of movement and action. I think that what saves Cancer from being overwhelmed with remorse or sadness or feeling the sensitivities of the loss of this world. Cancers are very sensitive to everything that's going on around them. All the water signs are. Everyone is. Okay, I don't want to just say one sign. I know. But the message I'm receiving right now for Cancer is that in order for you to take yourself up and out of what has oppressed and suppressed you, you have to get moving forward. This is about walking and sweating and maybe moving. Not that June is the month to do it, but everything starts here and here. So just start to envision, start looking online. Energy to move forward is coming up here, and the Two of Spears is your partnership in marriage. That is a focus that can be worked on. Moving forward in your relationship with conviction is what's needed to move forward at all. Wow. And the Two of Spears is saying, look, you've got the best of both worlds. You're just not looking at it right. You've got this going for you, and you've got this way of life going for you. Why don't you just blend them and move forward? Some of your jobs and careers have been put on hold, or you are forced to work from home. Not forced, you're choosing to work from home. But in addition to that, you've gotten something else going on the side, and you might have a choice of directions now when the world's pace starts moving forward. Do I work for someone else, or do I continue to do something on my own? Or perhaps I'm overlapping and moving forward with a double path. An air sign might assist you swiftly. An air sign's coming up that you can call on them quickly for results or help, or to speak of depression. I hope this was helpful for you, Cancer. I'm wishing you a beautiful birthday. Why don't you take the time to let the eclipses take away the depression? Eclipse that right out of your physical body. Exfoliate yourself from head to toe. This is your eclipse to shed old wounds, to start fresh, to not bring in the past into the second half of the future, and to set a boundary. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm wishing you a beautiful birthday. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.